Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back. So we're going to take a look at a set of Mackie MC-100 professional closed-back headphones today. These sell for $55 at Long McQuaid in Canada. I don't know how much where you are, but hey, Long McQuaid's Long McQuaid, at least for Canadians. So there are many places you can buy these. You can probably get them off of Amazon, who knows where, right? But take a look, you never know. But for 55 bucks, they seem to look okay. I got mine used from Long McQuaid. I'm guessing somebody bought them and thought, I don't really like these that well. And then, of course, they bring them back, get their money back, and they go up as used. And Long McQuaid is having a big sale. Started yesterday, ends today at close of business. This is February 11th, 2023, so do the math on that one. They close 6 o'clock on weekends. They do come with a 1/4-inch adapter. Mine did not, so I had to buy one. And it's actually, even though this is a special adapter, it actually threads on, which is nice because it gives you a nice secure hold. You just snug it up and plug it into whatever you're going to plug into that's 1/4-inch. But you also have the 1/8 inch too. And I have 1/8 inch to 1/4-inch adapters as it is. So for me, it wasn't a big deal, but I wanted the thread-on style either way because I do have, actually, both of my other adapters are in use, so I kind of needed one anyway. And it was only about, I think it was like under $7 anyways. It was like 6 something for the adapter. So I'm like, that, 30 bucks for the headphones. That's still a huge savings for a set of, you might as well call them brand spanking new. Or in this case, brand spanking used, that probably got used for about 5 minutes or who knows. But as far as the description of these things goes, they're for studio monitoring to content creation to drowning out your daily commute. They offer rich lows and as well as highs, great for tracking and referencing your mix, designed for maximum comfort for hours of enjoyment. And they are nice and comfy with the padded ear pads. And they kind of conform to probably just about any size of ear, I think. Well, I guess it depends on how big your ears are, but anyways, frequency response is 15 hertz to 20, 32 ohm impedance, transducer is 40 millimeter, sensitivity is 95 decibels. The cable length, and it's a pretty heavy duty cable, is actually 10 feet. So this is going to work out great for me because I can plug right into my studio controller. I can monitor stuff from there, or I can plug it into my interface, monitor my mix that way as well. I've got options, right? But if I want to just sit here and even play a video game, right, I could do that, plug in, and then just turn off the volume control on my speakers and just go to input mix, have that turned on, and have my sound come through here. Now, I do have wireless Bluetooth headphones for my gamer system, and they are Bluetooth, so it's kind of like, well, you bind one to another. And I do have a Mac that I have games on, or if I just want private listening, or I'm working on one of my mixes and I need better silence, we'll say, then a set of headphones like this isn't a bad idea. Now, I'm not going to tell you, and blow smoke, where, telling you that these are the greatest thing on earth, because I know they're not. And you should know that they're not. But if you're on a budget and you need something that would be a half-decent reference system without breaking the bank on a set of Sennheisers or some other brand, Audio-Technica, whatever, then yeah, these are definitely going to help you to create I'd say a fairly decent mix anyway. I probably wouldn't trust them in a professional studio situation where you're making big money trying to do mixes for people. That kind of probably wouldn't be a good thing because they're not that kind of quality. But they are decent enough for content creators like, YouTubers, etc. I'm a YouTuber, obviously. But I also create my own music. And so I do have some really good reference monitors for doing my mixing with. But there are some things where I want to do something a little different and I can't have those speakers going, and it's like, well, my only other choice are my in-ears, and although they're pretty darn good, I would rather have something a little bit more isolated, and I think that these are probably going to do the trick for me anyways. But I want to give them a little bit of a listen for you guys first, and then I'll tell you what I really think of them. So I'm going to listen to a track that you don't get to hear. At least let's hope it doesn't go through the computer, or I'll get demonetized for that song. Anyway, let me do this. Okay, good. It's not going to come through. Good. Very nice bass response. Highs are really nice. Mids aren't bad either. Okay, so listening to something that was a pre-recorded MP3 in a professional studio, I was listening to John Cougar, Jack and Diane, and I really like them. They sound really, really good. I'm gonna try them in a couple mixes and see what I think of them in that sense. So do stay tuned for an update review on these. But the way I'm hearing things right now on obviously a studio that would definitely be able to do a far better job than myself, because I'm not a pro mixer guy. I know my stuff, but I'm not a pro guy doing it for a living. I think they sound really great, to be honest with you. The bass is very nice. It's not overwhelming, and really nice balance on the mids and trebles. So I think overall they can work very well for a budget person. Okay, and even if you're not so much of a budget person, but you still don't want to pop out $500 on reference headphones, then yeah, they're definitely going to be a decent thing. Now, I've had Mackie reference monitors before. I started out with the CR3s, and you know what? They're really good. I did find them in the end to be much better as like the top when it comes to video game computer speakers over regular computer speakers. They definitely were great. And those were the CRX3s or CR3s. Then I bought into the 5s with Bluetooth. Those were far superior for doing mixing with, and I created some really nice mix with those particular reference monitors. And then of course I have had Yorkvilles, and I've had a couple other brands. I've had a few different sizes in the Yorkville. I had a set of Yamaha ones that were more budget minded, you know, around the $200 range or just under, and they were pretty good too for 3-inch. But again, they became more of a suited monitor for video gaming than they did for mixing my music. So I'm back into reference monitors again with M Audios, and these things are flipping nice. I really like them. I think out of all the reference monitors I've had, other than my Yorkville 8s, these things are like really, really good. But for a headphone set thing, I don't usually mix with headphones because technically you're not supposed to, but there are people who can do amazing mixes with headphones. But you got to have the right headphones and big bucks, pony up the dough. But for any YouTube content creator not doing like professional music mixing kind of thing, I think these things would be fantastic. You know, as far as what I'm going to be doing with them, I'm going to try them on some mixes and see how well they do. Because when you can isolate everything, you know, background noises, all that stuff, and you can listen really, really well, that's where we're going to see how good these things can actually do for $55. Now, on one side, I can say that I may not be holding my breath too much, but on the other side, I may be quietly surprised at how well they do mixes with. So might you. That's why we'll have to do an update review. But from what I can hear through these things so far, I gotta say, for 55 bucks, you're not gonna go wrong. Even if you're just wanting a set of headphones to just do, non-music mixing. You want to listen to headphones and listen to the music you've got. If you want to play video games with them, they're gonna be really great for video games, I'm sure. I'm gonna try them for video gaming, and that'll be part of my update review on what I think of these for video games. Yeah, I mean, the build quality seems to be pretty good on them. Just the way even the pads are attached to everything, they seem to be pretty strong. The material that they're made out of is not something that's going to wear very easily, so they're going to last a long time with this type of a covering material. And then you've got also the material on the inside too that, it's kind of nice, Yeah, as far as the headband goes, it's only going to stretch out to be, so long, obviously. And they still give you plenty of slack in the wire, so you're not going to overstretch that. And yeah, you can fit them over a person's pretty big head. So if you've got a rather large head, you'd definitely be okay, So for me, I would want these actually a lot smaller. Say about there. So just a little over 1/4 of an inch on each side to keep them even. And as far as sound goes, I can hear myself talk, but I sound muffled with the headphones on. So they do block a lot of noise. So that's a main key thing. We want it to block a lot. It doesn't block everything, but it blocks quite a bit. So that's a good sign. They are, like I said, very comfortable. I can see myself wearing these for even hours on end playing video games if that's what I'm going to do, right? So yeah, I think they're okay, As far as the star rating goes, I'd like to wait for the update review, but I'm not really sure things are going to change that drastically, but we'll find out. So for now, I'll say they're worth a 4.5 out of 5, and they're definitely worth the $55. Okay, for the used price I paid for 30 bucks, I mean that's kind of outstanding, but I can't count that. I have to count what they're actually worth. But I think they're built great. They do sound great. So yeah, we've got a lot of benefits there. Do stay tuned for the update review. It shouldn't be too long, maybe a week or 2 weeks when I've had a chance to play some video games with them, try doing some mixes of my own stuff, see what things are sounding like, and doing a full mix with these headphones on and EQing everything, and see how it goes. But right now, as it stands, for even just listening to music, period, they're fantastic. They sound really, really good. I mean, these are definitely better than the stuff you buy at the dollar store, and the dollar store one sounds pretty good too, depending on which ones you go for. However, these are definitely going to outbeat your dollar store headphones by miles, okay? And it is nice that brand new, it will come with that 1/4 inch adapter, so you can plug into either 1/8 inch stuff or 1/4 inch, your option, depending on what you want to do there, and so on. So anyway, yeah, and I've never had anything in the Mackie line go bad on me. I don't have any of my Mackie reference monitors anymore, for the simple fact is, the only reason the 5s went is because I bought the new Mackies, the M Audios, and I also got this controller box now, so I've got like 2 computers plus my studio hooked into this box, so I only need like 1 set of speakers, not 2, and I don't have the room for the second set, so it's kind of like, well, what do I need the most? Well, I need the better sounding ones, and the M Audios are more professional reference monitor of what a professional level would be, in the low tier, of course, not high end. And the other Mackie CR5s, I mean, I still don't consider the Mackies to be professional level equipment, but certainly amateur to mid-level, I would put Mackie equipment in that area, okay? And that's the same with this. This is going to be like, beginner grade stuff to intermediate kind of thing. If you want the more professional, proper mixing headphones, if your hearing is that good to mix properly with headphones, because you're technically, like I said, not supposed to do it, then yeah, you're going to be spending hundreds of dollars on what is going to work properly for the job for doing professional top-end mixing. But this is great. Even for DJing, these things would also, I think, be totally fantastic and worthwhile and inexpensive. So, you know, that's the other thing. They are inexpensive, but they're pretty darn good. Anyway, that's what I got for you. So stay tuned for more on these. There will be an update review down the road, but for now I say 4.5. We'll see how it goes with mixing, because to me that is part of what these things are geared toward, and we'll see how they actually really do in the real world. Okay? Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.